Confederate flag is coming off the grounds of the South Carolina State House.
Coming up on Good Morning Washington Express, with the strokes of 9 pens honoring the victims of the South Carolina church shootings, the Confederate flag on the State House grounds in South Carolina has been ordered to come down in just a couple of hours. The mother of 2 children missing for nearly a year heads to court today. Why she will go before a judge in just hours. And D.C. is cracking down on the sale of synthetic drugs. What the mayor plans to do to stop the sale of those drugs. The news starts right now.
Now, from News Channel 8, this is Good Morning Washington Express.
Good morning. Welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Melanie Hastings. It's Friday, July the 10th. Let's get started with the forecast. We've got Alex Liggett in today for Jackie. Hello there.
How are you this morning?
I'm great, and it feels better out there this morning, Alex.
Yeah, just a little better than yesterday. You know, dew points, they were in the mid-70s yesterday, which is just about as unbearable as it can get around here. But today, they're back in the 60s. A little bit more comfortable as cold front pushed through. Had some heavy rain last night, but I think we did luck out as far as severe weather goes. And we had some severe weather north of town. Around here today, we're not expecting much at all. So
we are ready to dry out, aren't we?
Oh, finally. Unfortunately, it looks like this could be a short-lived dry spell, but hey, we'll take whatever we can get around here at this point, right? Beautiful sunrise. This is a live look in Rockville, Maryland at Montgomery College. See 70 degrees there now. You can see northwesterly winds behind the front. Light, but very beautiful this morning. 73 currently at Dulles, 78 in the nation's capital, 75 Manassas, 76 right now, Joint Base Andrews. Now we should gradually push into the upper 80s this afternoon, but unfortunately, I don't think we're going to hit that 90-degree mark. I don't know if that's really unfortunate, but anyways, we have dew points back in the mid-60s around town, lower 60s north and west. So there's your comfort getting into the region. As we head through the afternoon, no rain anywhere on this forecast, which is a great thing. I think we'll stay mainly south of the area today. Bit of a breeze out of the northwest at times, around 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Now here's the cold front boundary. This is pretty much stretching out along the D.C. area. Showers should focus to the south of the region today. We are watching the next disturbance. That's in the Midwest right now. This will track along the frontal boundary and unfortunately be here for the start of the weekend. Quick look at our futurecast does depict some better shower chances moving in overnight. I think they will hang with us for portions of the day on Saturday. But Angela, the best chance for rain should be mainly south of D.C. tomorrow. What's traffic look like this morning?
Well, Alex, traffic is looking very nice for the Friday morning commute. We've got one more commute before we get to the weekend, in the morning, that is. Our key routes are looking pretty good, actually. We're going to start in Maryland, though, on I-270. Got an unusual backup early, southbound, as you head into Hyattstown, often on brake lights as you make the drive in from the Monocacy River. But, of course, we're moving pretty nicely once we get into Montgomery County. Taking a look at traffic conditions on Interstate 95 through Howard and PG counties, we're in good shape. No worries as you make your way toward the Capitol Beltway. Also looking pretty good on 295, the Baltimore-Washington Parkway. And as we shift gears to I-95 in Virginia, we've got a lake clearing work zone. It looks like those delays have finally dissipated as you head into the Quantico area traveling southbound. No northbound delays as of yet. A little bit sluggish as you head into Dale City. The same on 66, moving pretty nicely both east and westbound. We do have a closure in Oakton, Fox Mill Road. Traffic is being diverted onto Hunt Road just south of Foxville Drive, shut down for utility repairs from an earlier accident. And of course, we're looking pretty good heading into the district. We do have a closure on Stanton Road, police activity just east of the Suitland Parkway. That's our first check of the commute. Melanie, we'll send it to you. Good morning.
Good morning, Angela. Thanks. Happening right now, D.C. police are investigating a shooting in Southeast. This happened around 2 this morning on Stanton Road. MPD says an adult male was shot in the side but has non-life-threatening injuries. Today, the woman charged in the disappearance of her 2 young children is due in court. Some authorities believe Catherine Hoggle knows where her children are but is refusing to tell them. Our Jeanette Reyes is live in Rockville with what could happen in court this morning. Jeanette, good morning.
Good morning to you, Melanie. In just a few hours, we could find out whether or not Katherine Hochul is competent enough to stand trial. She has been undergoing mental treatments for the past several months, but last time Hochul was in a courtroom, she seemed emotionless. Her attorney is arguing she is not competent enough to stand trial, but is showing signs of improvement. The children were hardly mentioned, though. Sarah and Jacob, then 4 and 2 years old, have been missing since September. The two were last seen with their mother at different times in Clarksburg. Extensive searches by authorities and community groups have turned up nothing. Hochul is charged with abduction, neglect, and hindering the investigation. At the last hearing, the judge said repeatedly, if and when Katherine Hochul is deemed competent to stand trial, that date will be set. Now, again, that could happen today. That hearing is set for 8:30 this morning. We will be inside of that courtroom, and we'll let you know either way what decision is made. Reporting live, Jeanette Reyes, News Channel 8.
Jeanette, have we heard from the children's father in all of this?
Well, Melanie, we have talked to him on numerous occasions, one-on-one, and he still believes the children are out there and alive. In fact, on some of those searches, he has led those community searches looking for his kids. But again, nothing, not even a trace of the kids has turned up. He also believes that Katherine Hochul knows where the children are, that she is at least competent enough to say exactly where they are and what has happened to them. So he's certainly extremely frustrated, and he has said before, especially during the last hearing, that he hopes the kids will be talked about a little more than they were last time. Again, they were hardly mentioned in that last hearing.
All right, Jeanette Reyes live for us this morning in Rockville. Thanks so much, Jeanette. Now, in just about 4 hours, the Confederate flag will be coming down from South Carolina's Capitol grounds. With the stroke of a pen, the governor cleared the way for the flag that has flown for more than 50 years to be removed. ABC's Stephanie Ramos has more on what this means for the state.
This morning, a symbol of the Old South will fly over South Carolina's Capitol grounds for the last time.
It is a great day.
South Carolina's Governor Nikki Haley ordering the removal of the Confederate flag from the State House grounds by 10 this morning. This signature, the final step toward the end of an extensive and combative battle. At the signing, the families of the 9 killed in what police call an act of racial hatred at a historic black church in Charleston.
The action of 9 individuals laid out this long chain of events that forever showed the state of South Carolina what love and forgiveness looks like.
The pictures of the alleged gunman holding the Confederate flag revived the conversation over this battle symbol.
Sometimes it takes a horrific depiction for us to really grasp the gravity of the situation.
Supporters of the flag gathered on State House grounds to fight for what they believe is right.
Disappointed that it's coming down because I firmly believe that it's coming down for all the wrong reasons.
As the debate wrapped up in South Carolina, it unexpectedly exploded in Washington when House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi tried to force a vote to remove all flags inspired by the Confederate symbol from the U.S. Capitol. The vote failed, and House Speaker John Boehner called the move a cheap political stunt. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Washington.
And you can watch that flag removal ceremony live right here on News Channel 8 at 10 this morning. Former FBI agent Matthew Lowry has been sentenced to 3 years in prison. Lowry pled guilty on 64 counts, admitting he had stolen heroin seized as evidence. Lowry became addicted to painkillers that he'd used after being diagnosed with the digestive disease ulcerative colitis. When the pain meds ran out, he turned to heroin. The verdict handed down yesterday was far less than the 7 years the prosecution and the FBI had wanted. As Lowry heads to prison, he will leave behind his 16-month-old son.
You know, this sentence will be, short enough where I'll be able to see him in a couple years and be the great father that I wish I could be.
Lowry's father, William, a longtime police officer, encouraged other families to ask loved ones again and again if they suspect that they are addicted to something. A Metro Transit police officer on the other side of the law charged with inappropriate contact with a teen. Prince William County Police say 34-year-old David Davis used the cell phone social media app TangoMe to expose himself and to solicit inappropriate images from a 16-year-old girl. Davis was arrested after police raided his home yesterday. His roommates, who were not identifying, tell us they're stunned.
Yeah, this is very surprising.
I can't believe it, to be honest. He's a really good guy. He's a mentor for the kids in the neighborhood.
Davis is a 7-year veteran of the Metro Transit Police. Metro says Davis has been suspended without pay. New details about the massive data breach of the federal government. OPM says as many as 21.5 million people may be affected by this breach, and that's 6 times more than originally thought. The bulk of the group, 19 million, had applied for background investigations. Applicants' usernames and passwords, social security numbers, even fingerprints were stolen. One lawmaker is already calling for the director of OPM to resign. D.C.'s cracking down on the sale of synthetic drugs. Today, Mayor Muriel Bowser will sign a new law that allows quicker and tougher action against businesses that sell these drugs. Our Suzanne Kennedy is live now with what this new law means. Suzanne, good morning.
Good morning to you, Melanie. It is sometimes called K2 or Scooby snacks, but whatever you call it, synthetic drugs are a growing problem here in Washington, D.C., so much so that Mayor Muriel Bowser wants to give police the ability to take action against retailers that sell synthetic drugs. This measure is called the Synthetic Drugs Amendment Act. It would allow Police Chief Kathy Lanier the authority to shut down a business for up to 4 days if it's caught selling the drug. And for the second offense, a business could be shut down for 30 days and fined $10,000. The side effects of this drug include the tendency for violence, anxiety, paranoia, and seizures. District government agencies have recently seen a spike in overdoses, which in many cases cannot be picked up by drug tests. Mayor Muriel Bowser will sign the measure into law midday today. Reporting live in Northwest Washington, Suzanne Kennedy, News Channel 8.
All right, Suzanne, thank you very much for that. A remembrance ceremony will be held today for educator, humanitarian, and civil rights leader Mary McLeod Bethune. The wreath-laying ceremony in Lincoln Park celebrates the 140th anniversary of Bethune's birthday. That event is at 6 p.m. today at Lincoln Park. Well, we're getting a nice break from the rain today. Expect a pleasant, breezy, warm day, but showers could be coming back before the weekend's over. Alex Liggett will tell us which day we could see some rain. And Angela Foster has her eyes on the traffic. She'll tell us where there are any delays as you head out this Friday morning. Your time 12 after 6, 78 degrees at National, 73 at Dulles, and we're heading up to the upper 80s today.